Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Star Wars The Black Series, we have Ezra Bridger, and he is another figure from the Rebels series, and we now got him in figure form, and he actually looks really great in box. He has this weird, he has artwork of himself. I don't care for this. I like the figure and I like the, the animated look, but I don't care for this artwork too much. It's just sort of meh. He is number 86. If you're looking for them and you don't feel like looking exactly on the boxes, you just look at the side of the peg and look for 86 and then you'll find them. And he does have some read up information on the back. Ezra out of the box has some pretty cool accessories, and the figure's pretty cool, but he does have issues. But I'm going to start with one of his accessories that is really cool looking is his helmet. And this helmet is clean. The sculpt is pretty nice. The paintwork is very clean on this helmet. One thing I have is I have actually extra paint right there, but it's not that big of a deal because the actual helmet, the face, the side markings, very clean. Very nice looking helmet. Ezra comes with his blaster saber, and this thing is wicked. Like, I really love the handle here. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. There we go. I love his handle. It is straight up lightsaber mixed with the blaster. You can see the blaster barrel right there. And then it's awesome. And then it's a nice thick blade, as it should be. The blade, most likely, I hope it does, or else I'm going to break this thing. Oh, uh-oh. That's a little... You can smell it's not focusing. There we focus on that blade. I have a little bit of stress of the plastic down at the base. That's what you got to worry about. You can see it there. But basically, you could take this thing out and you can just have him with his blaster. And again, it looks really cool. Probably going to pop this thing back in and keep it in blade ignited mode, because this thing is bending as I'm trying to put it in as well. What the heck? Look at that. That sucks. Ezra's lightsaber I did fix. I'm not taking it out ever again because this thing is going to break. There's no question about it. And Ezra up close looks, I think he looks great for taking an animated character and giving him some realism. I think they nailed it. I think it looks awesome. His hair looks great. Sculpt is nice. I did have an extra little piece of like orange globbed right here. And again, you can't see it because it's blurry. But there's a glob that was here. I peeled it, like picked it off. And it just added a, bareness to the white paint there. That's unfortunate. But other than that, the logo on his back is nice. Has a really nice texture on his jacket. Figure, just like head to toe, just looks really nice. All the extra paint that they put into these. Love the torn pant leg and the armor. It's a very nice looking figure, especially going from animated to realistic. So, articulation wise, his head can look down that far, look up that far. So you don't get crazy articulation, but you do get like a neck articulation down there as well as head articulation. So left and right, and then some head moving. I don't know if that neck, maybe it's not supposed to be articulation. Maybe I broke this too, but he does get some articulation there. Arm goes up that far. No bicep swivel. It is just all elbow, and you get some really good angles with that elbow, and that's basically because of the cut of the actual fabric. And I really like how the elbow joint works. It's a 2 tones of orange, but as you see when it's folded up in or bent up, the plastic sort of rounds it all off. It doesn't look hollow or any really points missing on this figure. And then when you think this gap right here that they cut would be hollow, when this flips up, like that sort of fills up a little bit too. So it's pretty nice. I mean, maybe I'm overlooking at it, or maybe I'm just bending his arm down too far, but you know, it's not too bad. He does have wrist rotation, and then he has that hinge in the wrist in there too that doesn't really work as nice as it should. Really cool looking green gloves too. The gauntlets look great. Just a fun figure. So, you know, arm articulation is solid. He does have that ab like pivoting, like I think it's just a ball. So you can get some range of motion like so. So you can lean back a little bit, lid forward. Not anything crazy like it's an ab crunch. There's no waist swivel at all here, so that's surprising. I would have thought there would have been some waist swivel, which would have gave a little bit extra, but probably couldn't because these holsters and everything are all just one piece. Then we get down to his thighs. Like, that's as far as I can get his legs to open up, and as for kicking forward, that's as far as I can kick them forward. They're like locked on up there. I need to soak it in hot water or something because I can't really get any movement out of those hip joints. He does have a cut at his thigh. Normally I'm not a fan of it because it breaks the sculpt, but the little holster actually covers the cut, which is nice. Since I can't do the full kick forward, so I'm just going to have to lay him on his back to show off. He has double jointed knees. They work very well. Then he has the ankle pivot, which it can pivot down or bend down quite a bit. Going forward, not too much. And then he does have the rocker in there as well, which works very, very well. So some nice articulation out of him, some limited articulation because of some stuck up joints. And then, you know, the paint issue on the back, but that's not horrible. You know, to me, it's noticeable because I removed it, but it's hardly noticeable in my opinion. But let's get him geared up. This figure is wicked. I love the helmet on him. It just balances out his little armor leg there. And because of his legs, it makes him very difficult to pose. But he looks really cool with the helmet. Nice. And then his little saber gun has the trigger finger to pull the trigger to shoot, his blaster part of the blade. And then the blade, actually, it just looks very nice. Now, I do have to look. Yeah, see his wrist bends on this guy is in a sword motion. If I can rotate it where you can see it, and it's not blurry, you can see he has a little disc hinge in there, and it's going in the right direction as it should be when you're wielding a weapon. And I notice he does have a little bit of a hook. So if you didn't have an issue with your saber, you should be able to just hook this. Wow, that's a gummy hook. That's a very gummy hook. Like, look at this. So you're supposed to just sort of hook his lightsaber through, but yeah, it just won't. It's not sturdy enough to just fit through the hole. But yeah, you can hang his gun and stuff, his saber, at his belt, which is awesome. But unfortunately, I can't do that now because if I take this thing out of its blaster hilt, it's going to be broken forever. So that's unfortunate for me. And one thing I wanted to do on camera too is let's take this helmet off, because dealing with figures that have painted faces and hair and stuff, when you put on helmets that are snug like this, stuff usually gets scratched. There's no markings on the inside. Don't see anything wrong with his hair. So it's a snug fit. I mean, I'm sure if you're overly aggressive, you just got to be careful when you're putting the helmet on, so you're not scratching them all up. But this dude's wicked, and I'm glad that they're giving us more Rebels and Jedis, because this guy just goes perfectly with the rest of my Jedis. So my final thoughts on the figure, pick him up. Definitely worth being in your collection. He looks amazing. So hopefully you don't have to deal with some of the QC issues I was dealing with. But even with my QC issues, I'm still saying he's worth picking up. So that sums up my unboxing and review of Star Wars The Black Series Ezra Bridger. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button so you know when I'm pumping out content. And if you really want to know when a new video goes up, hit that bell notification so you get that alert. And I want you guys to show some love. Check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. Their website link is down below. Click on it. Check out all the collectibles. If you see something you like, hey, there's a promo code down there to go with it. That'll give you free shipping to get that collectible to your doorstep at no cost to you. And make sure you check out both Facebook groups. You got the Toyco community group, interact with your fellow collectors, nerds, talk figures, trade figures. You also have the pre-order group that just keeps you in the know so you know when new figures are coming out. Plus, Andrew prices his pre-orders very competitively against the competition. I mean, I have yet to see Big Bad Toy Store or Megalopolis or Entertainment Earth come close to what he has his pre-orders for. So definitely check it out. And if you guys want to, you can feel free to look for Plastic Cannibals amongst Facebook. That's my group of fellow collectors. We look out for one another, especially trying to help find figures that may be appearing on the opposite side of the country. And we're just here to help. So I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting. Have a beautiful day.